Hello from the Springville Museum of Art. This video is meant to help you prepare a professional and standout art portfolio if you're interested in pursuing art beyond high school. Before we dive in, let's talk about what a portfolio and its purpose is. An artist's portfolio is a curated collection of the artist's best artwork intended to showcase their style, techniques, or interests. Artists use their portfolio to show college and university representatives or future employers their versatility by showcasing their best artwork. A good portfolio should have continuity and provide viewers with a clear idea as to what your vision is. Think carefully about each piece you include in your portfolio. They should showcase your skills, creativity, and range. When you show your portfolio, you'll also need to be prepared to answer questions about your process, inspiration, and goals from interviewers, professors, advisors, fellow artists, or others. As you build your portfolio, remember that each school, institution, or employer may have different portfolio standards and requirements. The following steps are general best practices, but be sure to read directions carefully when applying for schools or jobs and adjust your portfolio accordingly. Here are some recommended steps for creating a polished and professional portfolio. Choose your best work. Quality over quantity is key. Don't include everything you've ever made. Be selective. Ask yourself, which pieces best represent my skills as an artist? Be sure to consider different mediums and styles, like painting, drawing, sculptures, digital art, etc. Depending on institutional or employer requirements, you may decide to include some process work. This could include sketches, drafts, or photos of you working on your pieces. Showing your creativity and problem-solving skills adds depth to your portfolio. If you have a hard time deciding which works to include, ask someone to take a look. Teachers, friends, and family can be a huge help in identifying your strongest pieces. Be prepared to articulate your artistic process and outcome. Being able to effectively communicate your artistic vision and thought process, whether through conversation or writing artist statements, is a crucial part of presenting your portfolio and should not be an afterthought. Like a good frame, your written or verbal communication about your artist process should elevate your artwork and in turn your overall portfolio. Present your work professionally. Presentation matters. Make sure your portfolio is neatly organized. Whether it's a physical portfolio or a digital one, make every detail count. Use high-quality images for digital portfolios and keep everything aligned and clean for a physical one. First impressions go a long way. Here are some basic tips on photographing your artwork. Clean your lens. Do this whether you are using a smartphone or a camera. No matter how great your photo is, if your lens is dirty, your photo won't be clear. Use a neutral backdrop. Busy or cluttered backdrops will distract from your artwork. Use natural lighting whenever possible. Shoot by a large window if you're inside or in open shade if you're outside. Make sure your camera is parallel and level to your artwork. To prevent distortion as much as possible, avoid taking photos at opposing angles. Be open to constructive criticism. Portfolio reviews, like the one we offer here at the Springville Museum of Art, are incredible opportunities for you to receive valuable feedback about your artwork and processes from professional artists and experts from various fields and backgrounds. As young artists at the beginning of your careers, be open to constructive criticism. Understanding that those reviewing your portfolio want you to succeed, strengthen your skills, and expand your talents. Don't be discouraged by feedback, even when it's occasionally hard to hear. Open communication and learning from constructive criticism is an essential part of any artistic career. Before we wrap up, here are some final tips. Number 1, stay authentic. Your portfolio should reflect your unique voice as an artist. Number 2, practice presenting. If you have an interview, practice talking about your work confidently. Number 3, seek feedback. Share your portfolio with teachers or peers for constructive criticism. Remember, your portfolio is a snapshot of your entire artistic journey. Take your time, be thoughtful, and most importantly, have fun with it.